Alright guys, Entertainment Earth, you know what box this is, or most of you should know what box this is. So it is the Order 66 4-pack. So my grail, pretty much my ultimate grail out of the entire Star Wars The Black series, hands down. So let's take a closer look. Hey everybody, Papa Gord here, and yes, finally, Papa Gord's Grail, the Order 66 4-pack from Entertainment Earth. If you've watched any of the live streams lately, you saw me show off 3 out of 4, and then literally 2 days later, I got the 4th figure plus the box from the same gentleman. Right here, there we go, there's the back. I'll show you the front, but there's nothing to see really besides like the little bit of pictures there. But yes, for those of you who have been subscribing to the channel, you know that this was the ultimate set that I wanted, and it's one of the harder ones to come across. You do see them out there for sale, but they are pricey. And if I wouldn't have been able to pull off some trades and stuff to do this, I would still be looking for them. So yeah. So I mean, this is probably going to be not a very long. Here he is. There's the green guy right here. Not going to be a super long review because I mean, we all know standard articulation on the troopers. They're all 4 of them are identical except for the paint job on them. So yeah, let's might as well get into it. So I do have some side notes just so I make sure I get everybody properly introduced, I guess, if that's how I should be saying it. So here's from the 442nd Siege Battalion, the Green Trooper. And you know what, they're great. Like the damage detail, or not damage, well yeah, I guess, you know, they're not straight off of the assembly line, that's for sure. These guys have seen some action. It's evident in the markings on the armor. You know, they are what they are. Phase 2 clone. I love the helmet style on the Phase 2 clones. Just a smidge more than the Phase 1 clone trooper. So there's a slightly closer look at the face, or the helmet, and the back. And there you go. So yeah, not anything we haven't already seen, but let's move on to the next one, and we'll look at articulation. We'll just pick one and we'll go from there. So the next one's going to be from the 212 Attack Battalion, right there. And same thing, you know, he's got some wear and tear on him as well. And again, we're going to be looking at the exact same trooper, just with different blemishes, I guess, if you would like to call them. So yeah, he's really nice as well. I dig the green, I dig the yellow for sure. We'll get into the red, which is the Coruscant Guard. And I mean, you know, he's got the markings. I dig the markings. I don't know, some people really have an issue with the red one, and I don't understand. I mean, yeah, there's not really a whole lot of screen time with this guy, like with them in general in the film, but they're still there. And if anything, I mean, you know, I think he's got, you know, like more detail, especially in the helmet, for sure. And you know, he's got the stripes on the upper arms. So yeah, I mean, he's rocking more full-size red boots rather than you know, the yellow and the green, that's for sure. But I mean, the paint, basically, if we look at, you know, these two, they're basically, you know, the same except for their colors. And last but definitely not least, and I think everybody would agree that I think the blue from the 501st Legion clone trooper, that he's like the crown jewel. This was the one that I had to kind of wait on. I had the other three, and I had, well, luckily, who I did the trading with, he contacted me literally like a day later and decided he was going to custom paint. He's got a few of the other yellow and green, some extras, so he was going to do some customizing and make his own 501 clone trooper. So I think I was looking online, and just to buy this guy separately is too much, like just way too much. So I'm glad that we were able to come to a deal for him. But I dig him. He's awesome. Again, there's not much to him, but I don't know if it was maybe just the shade of blue or what have you. You know, he got a little bit more paint up on the helmet, a little less paint on the chest, and he's rocking some awesome pinstriping down the sides. You know, they've colored the back, you know, his back panel blue. Let's take a, so, I mean, ultimately, really, out of the four of them, the Coruscant trooper, he's got the most paint. So again, I don't understand why he gets that some people get so much hate for this one. I dig him. I've already got one of the stormtroopers that basically, you know, has roughly the same kind of a paint style. So it doesn't make me hate this figure by any means. I totally dig it. You need to have it if you've got the 4-pack, but yeah, the 501, he's probably my favorite. And just as a comparison, I do have just the plain old one that came in that 4-pack, the Trooper Evolution pack. It was what I call it. Yeah, again, I dig. It's just, I don't know what it is about the helmet, but I dig the helmet style a little more than the clone version 1. And we'll just, for the sake of, we'll move this guy around. Nah, you know what? We got him. We might as well do the 501. So we'll take his weapon out, and again, right? We're just looking, again, standard articulation. We know it's not great. Hopefully now, with what we're seeing with some of the newer ones, with some of the butterfly joints, and definitely with the knees, that the articulation is getting better with them. Because I mean, again, right? They do have double jointed elbows, but it doesn't really give them a ton of range. And then to their upper shoulder armor rather is very hard, so you're not really getting a whole lot of bend in that. You're not getting any really at all. And then these guys, again, I haven't played around with them too much, but again, standard, like, you know, he can look down pretty well, and he gets a smidge up, and that's pretty well it. You know, he does have a little bit of crunch, but again, part of the lower chest plate does run into the belt. Same with going to the back, so he gets a little bit of crunch, and he does get a little bit of side to side, but again, it's this whole armor piece that does run into the belt, which causes a lack of articulation. But if you like troopers and the clones and the stormtroopers and the biker scouts and any of that, I find visually interesting. All of these guys just stand out on my shelf. They fill out my collection so nicely. I'd love if I could find another 4-pack of them. I'd love to have a second set, but you know, I got one set, and I am ecstatic to have that one full complete set now. So yeah, not a whole lot to it really. I mean, we've seen the design before, but it's just the fact that I finally managed to get all 4 of them. So now I think I'm like about 3 figures away from calling my collection complete or up to date for the time being, until we start seeing some new stuff come out again. But yeah, I mean, that's like, I think one of the guys in the live stream just called, or maybe on my Instagram, was like calling them Skittles, because it's just a rainbow of see, I can't even see if I can fit them all in there. That's a little bit better. So yeah, so there we go. The Order 66 4-pack. Papa Gord has locked them down and have them going onto the shelf with all of my other guys. I don't know, guys. Let me know down in the comments. Out of the 4, have you got a favorite? Couple of favorites? Do you have this set? I know some of you do. Be curious to know if how many others that subscribe to the channel actually have these. Yeah, so as usual, comment, like, share, subscribe. For sure, make sure you like the video. Make sure you throw a comment down on the video for the giveaway for the LO Asti. We've got a week and a bit to go, and then I'm just going to randomly pick a comment and send you a new inbox Black Series figure, just because. Why not? And as always, thank you for watching. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me. And we'll see you guys again really, really soon. Have a good one. Hey.